Hi there, it's Candy Hine, Independent Scentsy Director for Team Firefly, and today we're here talking about wax. Now we know that Scentsy is known for being safe, right? It's mostly because of these guys, our warmers, and it's because you can leave them on 24/7, there's no flame, and they've never caused a fire, ever. But the unsung hero of Scentsy safety is the wax. And the reason is actually there's several of them. One is it's a paraffin blend, non-toxic food grade wax. So if your little people accidentally or on purpose ingest it, or your animals get into it and eat it, it's not going to taste good, but it's not going to hurt them either. So that is a really great thing for you not to have to weigh on your mind of having that around your home. So that's really safe. Now also, it only warms right above body temperature. So this is some wax back here that is already warm. So I'm just going to show you. Just stick your finger right down in there and here it is. It just feels like a paraffin dip that you do like at the salon. Actually even a little less warm than that. And so it doesn't hurt at all. It just makes you smell good. So we've seen reports of toddlers getting into things and pouring on their face and whatnot, and the pictures are always of them smiling because they're proud of themselves of, you know, causing some mischief, but it's never burnt them or hurt them at all. And so you really can't put a price tag on that. Now, speaking of kids or animals ingesting, this wax is also allergen free. So there's no dairy, there's no gluten, there's no eggs, there's no soy, there's no nuts. And so it's completely free of all those allergens. So even if they ingest it and it's not going to have any toxins, it's also not going to have any of those allergens that you have to worry about if you have little ones that have those problems. So now one other thing is that, did you know Scentsy wax does not evaporate into the air? Now, if you've used Scentsy before, you know that it doesn't, that it just sticks around. Once the fragrance is gone, then you dump the wax out and you replace it. Now, the reason that that is so great, and I didn't ever even think about this before I was a Scentsy consultant, but that wax that does evaporate into air from like a traditional candle, that has to be breathed in. It's in your air, and so you're breathing that into your lungs, which is really gross. And you know, I've learned now that there's a lot of patients with like you know, lung issues or pulmonary disorders, COPD, and they're not allowed to have fragrance or candles, traditional candles in their home because of that. And they can have Scentsy because the wax is not evaporating into the air. What is evaporating is simply the fragrance oils that are packed into that wax. That wax is just the carrier for that, and then you can just dump it whenever you are done. Now, the other thing is that whenever that wax goes into the air of a traditional candle, it will also settle into your carpets underneath and cause beads of wax, and you know, that kind of collects dirt, and then the soot from the flame, it will be caught on your walls and just kind of gets that black film on things. And with Scentsy products, you don't have to worry about that kind of extra you know, thing to clean, because if you are a mama like me, then you don't need anything else to clean in your life. So I hope that helps you learn a little bit about our wax, and we have about 80 different scents to choose from, so there is something for everybody, and we have them broken down in collections for you, so it makes it a little bit easier for you to find what you're looking for. And consultants like me that have been around for a while, I've been doing this for 4+ years, can really help you narrow it down. You tell me you like this, and this, and you don't like this, and I can give you the scent that I think that you're really gonna like. So I'm really good with suggestions. So please, if you're watching this, especially on a live Facebook video, comment below and ask me your questions. I love to answer those. I love to get those questions too. And I will also, if you're in a live Facebook party, give you some suggestions of kind of combining some things together. Like, okay, if you love cinnamon, I'll show you all the cinnamon ones that you're really going to like. Those are my favorite. I like to wear those all year round. And so, and I'm having this clove and cinnamon. So the whole time I'm chatting with y'all, I have playing with it because I can smell it every time I open it underneath here. You don't even have to warm it to be able to smell it. So 80+ cents. We have the combos for those, so you can put those cents in the combos to get warmers discounted. So you can, like, for example, get a couple of those warmers with 6 bars, save 15 bucks. Or if you just need to do like an extra 6-pack of wax, for example, if you buy 5, you get 1 for free. And that's always. So that's only $25. And then your wax, each of these bars are about 60 to 80 hours of fragrance. Now it's going to just depend on a lot of factors. It's going to depend on even the weather, the humidity, the altitude in your area, the scent, the notes, whatever the top note is and the bottom and the middle notes. Those are all going to make a difference on how much you smell it. So you want to, you know, kind of that 60 to 80 is just like a average guide. But on average, I like to say that each of those cubes are about 8 hours of fragrance. So if you put 2 cubes in, then you're going to have about 16 hours of fragrance, and then it'll be time to change it out. A lot of people ask, how many cubes do I use? And that's another cool thing about Scentsy Wax, is that you don't have one set amount of fragrance that you're going to get from your candle. You can customize it to whatever you want. You can put 1 cube in there, or you can put 3 cubes in there. That's going to depend on your nose, and it's also just going to depend on your space. So in a bathroom, a lot of times I'll put a 1/2 cube or 1 cube in the bathroom. And in my living space, because it opens up to my office and to kind of the larger living area, I usually put 2 or 3 in there. And so you just kind of want to gauge it, and you know, it's just kind of fun to play. You can mix scents too, which is really neat. We kind of call it mixology. So people love to kind of come up with their recipes, and if you ever want any recipes, you can just go on Pinterest, and there's a whole world of Scentsy recipes out there for you, so you can find just about any fragrance that you love by mixing, if you can't find one in our 80+ cents. So we have some people who are just like amazing at recipes. I'm not good at any kind of recipes, so maybe I'm not the one to go to, but there are lots of resources on Pinterest for you. So 60, 80 hours, 1 to 3 cubes in general, you're going to put in your warmer. Whenever you are done with that fragrance, there's no more left in it, then I like to dump it out in a red Solo cup, take my little paper towel, wipe it clean, put new wax in. You can also pop in a couple of cotton balls, and it soaks it right up for you, and you can toss it. So there's a couple easy ways to clean and change out your wax. So I hope that was helpful. I hope you learned a little bit about Scentsy Wax, and if you are ready to purchase, just go to www.scentwithlove.us. And as always, I love giving suggestions and helping you, make recommendations for you and helping you get the best deal. Make sure that I can save you the most, because we all want our dollar to stretch as much as possible. So contact me if I can help you with any of those things. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll talk soon, and let me know in the comments if you need anything at all. Okay, we'll talk. Bye.